Consider a poor boy at a rural hamlet who works 17 hours a day in the fields for one square meal. Imagine this child owning a lakh crore car company. The story of Hyundai founder Chang Ju Yung. Chang Ju Yung was born in a Korean village in 1915. He wanted to teach school. His family's poverty prevented him from studying. He worked in fields with his family as a child, but sometimes they couldn't feed one another after working so hard. Avoid proper clothing and medical attention. Chung sold timber in a nearby city. He saw people had enough food and clothes without working in the field all day. He was disappointed and frustrated by all that. A better life was his goal. He saw in the papers that a nearby city's large building site needed workers. He was inspired by this news. Chung made a startling decision at 16 in 1932. He was fleeing to the city. Chung silently left for the city with his companion one night. After walking 160 miles, he worked as a construction laborer in Kowon. Work was hard for low pay. However, Chung was pleased to earn independently for the first time. Life went on like way for 2 months until he was caught. Chung's father found him and forced him to labor again. Chung wasn't glad to see him again, but his family was. Chung became passionate about construction and civil engineering after 2 months. He realized he could never escape poverty by working in the fields. That's why he fled twice more, every time his father discovered him. At 18, he attempted his fourth escape in 1934 without opposition. He reached South Korea's capital, Seoul. He worked whatever was available. He worked as a construction worker, factory worker, and bokkaing rice store delivery guy. He became store manager in 6 months after impressing customers and owners. After that, Chung worked hard to expand the shop. The store owner became very ill in 1937 and made a startling decision. He gave him the store after Chung's hard work. At 22, Chung bought a firm from an employee. Chung worked harder and gained market trust and reputation in the next 2 years, growing his firm. A tragedy struck after everything was okay. Japan ruled Korea throughout World War II. Japan seized all Korean rice businesses, including Chung's, to supply their army throughout the war. His hard effort was lost instantly. Chang was depressed but persevered. If I put my heart and soul sincerely into whatever work I am doing, I will surely succeed. Considering this, he sought a business the Japanese government couldn't oversee. He soon focused on car repair. In 1940, he borrowed 3,000 won to operate an auto service garage. Unfortunately, the garage burned down after a month of opening, destroying everything. Chung's circumstances were tough. Paying off his loan and compensating customers was necessary. A normal individual would give up in such a situation. Chung faced the situation head-on as always. Another 3,501 loan helped him build a nicer garage. Chung recognized that customers' top issue was car repair wait times, so he focused on speed. His competition waited 20 days for repairs, whereas Chung's garage did that in 5. His garage was so successful that he hired 80 people in 3 years till 1943. Chung had paid off his loan and moved his family to Seoul. Business was booming until another calamity. Japan had to build World War II gear. Japan bought and combined his workshop with a nearby steel factory. Again, his business was seized. Back to square one for Chang. He was sent back to his village with his family. This time, he saved 50,000 won. He believed he would start another business. After World War II, Japan's authority over Korea ended. Soviet influence was in Northern Korea, and American influence was in the South. Both battled Japan in World War II. That split Korea into North and South. Back in Seoul in 1946, Chung began his auto repair business. The business was old, but the name was new. Hyundai Auto Service. Korean Hyundai means modern. Chung noted that America was erecting military buildings while his vehicle repair business was booming. He saw a huge construction opportunity. His construction experience was limited. His passion for construction continued from his time as a laborer. So at 31, he founded Hyundai Civil Works Company and started the building business in 1947. By the 1950s, his company was getting significant building projects after many modest ones. Now this was his main business. Nothing was wrong, and then another twist occurred. June 1950 saw North Korea attack South Korea. North Korean soldiers were near Seoul. Therefore, Chung fled to Pusan with all his savings. Chung persevered after a major crisis. US and South Korean armies fought North Korea at the time. They required tents, depots, and army headquarters. Chung noticed Americans had plenty of money. They desired consistent, timely delivery. Chung handed it over. With a small team, he adopted the can-do motto: any construction project if the price is right. He faced several hardships and losses during the conflict, but he never abandoned a project once he promised. His reliability earned him good ties with Americans. Chang received American contracts after the war ended in 1952. The South Korean government quickly built bridges, dams, and roadways to restore the country. Hyundai was instrumental in this and grew exponentially. Hyundai built Soyeon Dam and Gyeongbu Expressway, South Korea's largest and most important. Chang was in his early 50s and had a profitable construction company in the 1960s. This didn't satisfy him. After building thousands of kilometers of roads, Chang needed to develop automobiles to drive on them. Chang founded Hyundai in 1967. In 1968, Ford contracted him to construct Cortinas. 2 years passed well in this joint venture. Conflicts between the companies followed. Ford didn't want Hyundai to make automobiles. Therefore, Chang quit the cooperation in 1973 and began looking for new partners immediately. He sought manufacturing technology from GM and VW. Everyone refused. Finally, they joined with Mitsubishi Motors that year. Hyundai was willing to receive Mitsubishi car-making technologies. The nicest thing was that Hyundai could sell its automobiles under this contract. At the same time, South Korea ordered automakers to construct a citizen's car, a cheap, reliable automobile with South Korean parts. Chang opened a new plant in 1976 and created Hyundai Pony, South Korea's first mass-produced automobile. Hyundai won 60% of the South Korean market with this affordable automobile. It became South Korea's largest automaker. But there was one catch. The South Korean car market was 30,000. Being profitable wasn't enough. Hyundai Pony was successful in South Korea, but a tremendous flop abroad. Car quality was poor, heat-faded paint. It often had mechanical troubles. Hyundai Motor Company lost money for 7 years due to these factors. People advised Chang to close the company immediately. Everyone was astonished by Chang's choice. Instead of closing, he planned to create a 300,000 vehicle a year automotive factory. Management didn't understand this choice. A 30,000 car market. Who will buy 300,000? Chang knew the answer. The South Korean economy was booming, empowering thousands of individuals each year. That meant car demand would rise rapidly in the future years. Plus, Hyundai's latest automobiles are designed for export. Hyundai released Pony 2 with considerable enhancements in 1982 for this 1980 manufacturing. This car sold well in South Korea, Africa, Latin America, and Canada. Hyundai became profitable after selling 400,000 cars in a few years. Hyundai was now a viable global automaker. Yet to conquer was the US car market, the world's largest. To become a huge automobile company from a competent automotive firm internationally, success in the US was crucial. When Hyundai analyzed the US market, it saw that Japan dominated compact cars. The mid and large-sized American automotive market is already fiercely competitive. Hyundai focused on the subcompact automobile segment, where competition was low. Hyundai also noticed the US second-hand automobile market is significant. They priced their new Hyundai Excel at a used car, also with a 5-year warranty. This technique rocked the US auto market. Second-hand car shoppers immediately chose the Hyundai Excel. USA sales of Hyundai Excels reached 170,000 in 1986. About 260,000 automobiles were sold in 1987. Hyundai Excel was the top-selling imported automobile in the US during these years. Until then, no other automaker had such early US success. With that, Hyundai became a global automaker. Chang retired from Hyundai and became honorary chairman aged 72 that year. After that, his siblings and sons ran the company with the same fervor. Hyundai is now the third largest automaker. Approximately 40 million automobiles were sold in 2022. Hyundai is known for its cars worldwide. However, you know that the Hyundai Group has 42 firms. Hyundai Elevator, Hyundai Information Technology, and Hyundai Heavy Industries, the world's largest shipbuilder. Hyundai helped South Korea surpass Japan as the world's largest shipbuilder. Hyundai is no average firm in South Korea. Hyundai revitalized South Korea, produced thousands of employment, and gained a global reputation. A country boy without food, education, or healthcare started it all. He possessed great enthusiasm, vision, and most importantly, a desire for improvement. Chang's perseverance showed in his automotive repair, building, and auto manufacturing endeavors. Despite many setbacks, he persevered. His financial ability and global market knowledge were shown in his strategic moves, including working with Mitsubishi Motors and targeting the US subcompact automobile market. Hyundai became a global automotive powerhouse and expanded into other areas under Chang, consolidating its role in South Korea's economic ascent. Hyundai, the world's third largest automaker in global business, represents innovation and success. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive content and updates.